the vertical blank.
Hey, we both have the TVs on.
That's fine. Let's do that today.
That's awesome. Okay.
All right, we got dumb zoom filters on.
How come
filters with the TV?
Are you further away from your?
Yeah, I'm further away than you are. So today, Jeff, I thought that we would continue on. Last time we did some early Atari coin ops, and now we want to do the first Atari VCS games, the Golden 9, the original 9.
Sure.
The Gatefold 9.
So this is Into the Vertical Blank, Generation Atari, Season 4, Episode 2, the Atari 2600, first 9 launch titles.
That's right, first 9 launch titles. So interesting. I many years ago, I guess look at the date here. 2007. I can't believe this is 2007.
You know, you wrote a lot of stuff.
I wrote an article for Gama Sutra in 2007. I mean, that's crazy. I can't believe it's 2007. I thought it was later than that. The History of Atari, 1971 to 1977. Oh, you know what? It took me another year to write the second one. I think right. in 2008. It came out like 2008 or 2009. It took forever, and then I never finished the last one.
Excuse me, sorry. Remember in 2002 when we would go to the library all the time at lunchtime from our job?
Yes.
And we would get microfilm to look at old newspapers for Atari articles from business sections, and we put together just this giant pile of Atari history. And that's where you did got some of this from.
So I'm going to share the screen here. And the reason why I'm going to do it is because I wrote this. So I'm okay sharing the screen article.
Yeah. Especially when it's by Steve Fulton at the top.
Yeah. I don't think there's a problem with that. Do you?
Not at all.
Post has disabled screen sharing, though. So you got to enable screen sharing. So this is an article it's the History of Atari 1971 to 1977. I wrote back in 2007 for Gama Sutra.
Steve Fulton.
That's right. And it's heavily linked to, and also there's several books that use it as source, which is kind of scary because a lot of it. I mean, I wrote it, so
that's okay.
1977, the video computer system. Okay, the most important project at Atari in 1977 was the interchangeable games console named Stella. The final version of Stella, now renamed by marketing as the Atari Video Computer System, VCS, contained the following: a 6507 processor, a derivative of the 6502 running at 1.2 megahertz, 128 bytes of RAM, or as Steve Golson said, 1024 precious bits, 4K bytes of ROM addressable on cartridges, TIA custom video and audio chip, a 6532 timer, 2 controller ports that could support 8-way joysticks with a fire button, potentiometer-based paddles, driving controllers, or keypads. The target was to support Pong and Tank style games, and as we see, that's exactly what they did. For this, they included 2 8-bit player objects and 2 missile objects, 1 for each player, and a ball object. I changed that. I don't know why I said 3 1-bit ball objects. Maybe that's because the missiles were actually like balls, but but they relate to the players and not to the play field like the ball does. Plus a low resolution play field supported in hardware. That's the play field graphics. With the millions of dollars Warner Brothers poured into the company, Atari was able to attract some of the best engineering talent around to make games for the system. Atari put out an ad to hire programmers for their new machine. Larry Kaplan was on the first to get hired, along with Alan Miller, Larry Wagner, and Ed Riddle. This is Larry Kaplan said this: I saw their ad in the Mercury News and applied for the job. I was among 100 applicants, and Bob Brown later told me they hired me because I had purchased an Altair 8800, the first home computer kit. So he had one. Okay, your turn, Jeff.
All of the new programmers soon learned how difficult Stella was to program. Programmers had to learn the quirks of the VCS to get as much power out of it as possible. There were few objects to work with and very little memory, so everything had to be done on the fly. A typical game would use the vertical blank, the time between
The
refreshes.
vertical blank. Sorry.
Yes. A typical game would use the vertical blank, the time between refreshes of the TV display, to do collision detection and take input and compute game conditions and new graphic locations, and use the horizontal blank to write everything to the screen. It was a complicated process that forced programmers to count the computation cycles of every instruction to make sure that they could fit in their code into these small intervals. Quote from Steve Mayer: "Writing the kernels that make up the game programs is like solving acrostic puzzles with lots and lots of possibilities. There's a certain class of programmer that can deal in this microcode like that. If it were easier to program, we wouldn't have had these programmers because they'd be bored. The VCS is an absolute challenge." Again, that was Steve Mayer.
This is Alan Miller.
Alan Miller said, "In the early days, the extreme hardware constraints eliminated most obvious game designs. So game concepts had to be developed with those constraints expressly in mind. After I came up with a concept that I thought would be fun and could be implemented, I wrote it up and discussed it with others in the group, like David Crane, Bob Whitehead, and Larry Kaplan." Alan Miller. The 2600, as designed, was a hacker's machine. It was deceptively simple, but with enough open and explorable parts that more and more power would be squeezed out of it for almost 20 years.
And now even more.
It's actually almost 43 years. Alan Miller. Most early VCS ROM cards were only 2 kilobytes. Programmers had to put tremendous effort into implementing a decent game in that small space. To program in the VCS, developers had to unlearn the good programming practices to get their code to fit within the bizarre hardware. That's very true today too.
Yeah.
Where tricks were passed around by programmers, and new programmers would have to pick them up quickly if they were going to be successful. Joe DeCure developed the color cycling routine of the VCS to help stop burn-in. That was a complaint of the Pong systems, which also doubled as a feature in games. Flicker, objects flashed on the screen, was caused by a trick that let Atari programmers get more objects on the screen than were allowed. Atari showed the VCS at the Summer CES in 1977 and prepared it for release in October. They knew that it had the best product on the market, but they did not know how to inform the public of that fact. During the manufacturing process, they ran into some problems that delayed the release of the unit. The VCS was very difficult to produce and test. The design required 2 types of screws that were difficult for assembly line workers to distinguish. Also, the cases were created as 2 plastic parts that would warp if not used quickly after being manufactured. The multiple integrated circuits and reliance on both cartridges and television made the testing of the VCS units extremely difficult. Some suppliers' chips were not fast enough for the production of 2600s, but passed inspection because they worked fine in individual test units, but not when the machines were put together. All of these things led to shipping delays and disappointed retailers.
By late November 1977, the Atari VCS shipped to retailers, including Sears, who marketed their own version named the Sears Telegame Video Arcade. And we discussed that last year in our Sears episode. The system cost $199 and included the console, TV switch box, 2 joysticks, a set of paddle controllers, and the pack-in game Combat. 8 other games were released with the console, most of which were conversions of Atari's most popular coin-op games from years past. Didn't the Sears one, I thought, included Target Fun and not Combat, but maybe I'm wrong about that.
Target Fun, yeah.
We probably should look that up. So Combat was programmed by Joe DeCure, by the way, who's writing his own book about Atari VCS. I can't wait for it to come out. Larry Wagner and Larry Kaplan. It was based on the tank and jet fighter coin-ops from the arcade. It was the perfect packing game for the VCS. It displayed incredibly addictive 2-player action and contained one of the best 2-player games ever designed, Tank Pong, which we're going to have to play.
Yeah, of course.
The first time, this is anonymous Atari fan. I think this was me, anonymous Atari fan, when I quoted, because I wanted to have some quotes that I couldn't find any. Quote from anonymous Atari fan: "The first time I saw Combat on display in the local FedMart TV section, I was blown away. There were actual arcade games up on the TV screen. The fact that it says FedMart makes me realize that, yes, indeed, that was my own quote." Okay, Go on. Air Sea Battle.
Air-Sea Battle was programmed by Larry Kaplan. It was based on the destroyer and anti-aircraft coin-ops. From Larry Kaplan, Air-Sea Battle was based on an Atari coin-op called Anti-Aircraft. In those days, we just ripped off anything we thought would work.
I like that.
Besides engrossing two-player action, Air-Sea Battle was packaged behind some of the best box art ever created for a video game. Art was painted by Cliff Spawn, who also painted the amazing art for Combat, Street Racer, and several later games. From anonymous Atari fan.
I thought this is me again, or maybe this was you. Maybe I asked you.
Okay,
anyway,
sure. No, I have no idea. Those paintings on the box detailed exactly how I felt about the game.
This is me. This is me for sure.
The graphics were so minimal at the time, the boxes informed an important part of the game play experience. When I was playing Air-Sea Battle, I was playing that painting. Anonymous Atari fan.
So I just want to point out that, yes, that was me, and that's so true. I was always playing in that painting no matter what was up on the screen. Okay. Video Olympics. Video Olympics was programmed by Joe DeCur. It included every imaginable variation of Pong. The idea was to make any and all dedicated Pong units obsolete with this cartridge, which I believe they absolutely did.
Yeah.
The game allowed 1 to 4 players and contained many variations. It was based on Atari coin-ops like Pong, Pong Doubles, Goal 4, Quadra Pong, and Rebound.
Yes. Okay. Street Racer. Street Racer was programmed by Larry Kaplan. It contained 27 1 to 4 player top-down racing games with very basic graphics and sound. Its saving grace was the strangely addictive number cruncher, where players raced to catch the biggest numbers possible.
So I was obviously that's me again. That's my editorial in my own article, and of course I went on to I'm building a version of Number Cruncher for the Atari 7800 too. So Number Muncher, right? But anyway,
yes. Same
Number Crusher. No, I'm sorry, it's called Number Crusher now.
Yes.
Okay, Surround, which I think we even played Surround in the last episode, but Surround was programmed by Alan Miller in 4 months. It was based on the Domino's coin-op with added variations, which we discovered last episode.
Yes.
This is Alan Miller. Surround was based on a gameplay concept implemented in several arcade games in the mid-70s, such as Atari's Dominoes and Gremlin's Blockade, and Meadows' Bigfoot. Alan Miller.
Indy 500. Indy 500 was programmed by Ed Riddle. How come every name that Atari has for the programmers sounds like someone from a Harry Potter?
Okay, Ed Riddle is totally a Harry Potter name.
Indy 500 was programmed by Ed Riddle. It was based on the Grand Track 10, Grand Track 20, Indy 4, Sprint, Le Mans, Crash and Score coin-ups. Indy 500 shipped with the racing controllers included in the box. This was by Arnie Katz and Bill Kunkel. A total of 14 game variations enliven this auto sports cartridge. It's priced somewhat higher than all the other early releases because it includes a pair of specially designed game controllers.
I think that was, by the way, was pulled from Arcade Alley. I have to look.
Arnie Katz and Bill Kunkel, probably, because that was so early on that probably.
Also released were Starship, programmed by Bob Whitehead, based on the Starship One coin-op, plus Blackjack by Bob Whitehead and Basic Math by Gary Palmer. So that rounds out the original cartridges. So finishing up here, late shipments and consumer indifference led to soft sales in Christmas '77 for the VCS, which sucks. But we knew that already. If you're an Atari fan, you know that it didn't sell well in Christmas '77. The VCS was the best-selling console that season, but that did not amount to much. By the end of 1977-1978 fiscal year, in June, Atari had sold most of the 400,000 units manufactured and had sales of 120 million, but still lost money on the VCS. This is Alan Miller. People didn't know whether to spend $30 to $50 on numerous dedicated games that were still on the shelves, or slap down $180 for the VCS, a considerably larger expense. Yes, it was. The 9 original games were thought to stretch the VCS to the limit. Just before the VCS is released, Nolan Bushnell quickly started to work on a follow-up machine. He wanted to create the next generation VCS that fixed all the limitations of the original unit. We spent most of the beginning of last season talking about this too.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Joe DeCur. In the summer of '77, I went back to Grass Valley to work with Ron and Steve on the next generation machine. That became Colleen and Candy, the Atari 400 and 800. But right here in '77, you see that this is Atari's biggest mistake, was not making the next machine to be released
Right
in
away.
1980. Nolan Bushnell was convinced that the hardware only had a 2-year lifespan. Boy, was he right. And he wanted to make sure Atari was ready with a follow-up to the VCS as soon as possible. Nolan Bushnell was a smart man, by the way. He knew the video game business before there was one. However, with sluggish initial sales, the VCS had to prove itself in the marketplace first before any new consoles could be developed. And that was the end of my first Gama Sutra article. And I'm glad we're able to read through some of this stuff because I forgot about these things for years. We go ahead and write all new content for this podcast, and I'm like, I already wrote a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, I wrote this stuff already. Right. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so here we are with combat. And we're going to go on with a complicated maze like this one.
Sure.
And any shot's a kill shot, which means like you can shoot yourself.
Okay. Sounds
okay, ready?
Good. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I am blue.
The shots are almost invisible. I remember this game. It's crazy.
Is it?
Unfair.
I'm glad it shot me all the way over there, because I never.
Oh no, it's good because then you're kind of out of the way.
Yeah, but it won't do that every time, right? Feel like that. Now you're right.
It's like who could turn around fast enough?
Yeah, it's. I want to shoot more than I can. I keep on pressing the button.
You went right through the side of the screen too.
Yeah, I like that part. I remember people tell me like, "Oh, combat, it's not even worth the cartridge printed on it." I'm all, no,
that's not true.
This is the Wii Sports of its time.
This is the Wii Sports of its time. I remember the first time I played Wii Sports. It was the first time I felt like I felt when I played like combat.
Yeah. Because all other pack-ins were, I mean, I think the Nintendo pack-ins had a lot of stuff in that Nintendo pack so that you would play multiplayer games.
By the way, I didn't realize I was orange until right now.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm winning. If you didn't realize.
I remember playing this at Target.
Oh, yeah.
I think we didn't play combat much when we got our Atari VCS because we played it so much at Target.
Yeah.
Played everything at Target.
I think we didn't have Space War for a while. I think we got it at I think Kmart when it was really on sale for like $3 or something like that. I really wanted Space War.
Yeah.
There's so much inertia in this. It's Space War with basically very little control, and that's less control. What do we go up to in this?
Probably 15 or something.
Or does it end after time? I guess the arcade one would end after time.
There is, I think, the time it happens as well.
I mean, it wants to either give you a chance or let me rack up lots of points on this one, what it wants to do.
15. That should be it. Oh no. I see. No.
If you have,
time's almost up.
If you have access to History Channel, the Food That Built America is awesome. If you don't have access to History Channel, it's on the History app, and they put their stuff up for free.
What is it called?
The Food That. Okay, that's why.
Let's try this one. Anti-aircraft.
Now,
ready?
What do we? Oh, we're just shooting stuff up the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we used to.
It's like Target. This is why they called it Target Fun on the.
Okay, it's up and down.
Yeah, up and down changes it because it's like the paddle.
I swear this is the one. Well, oh look, but this is a game. This is the one I think came with the Sears.
This is the Sears one, yeah.
You have to shoot something of your color, or no? It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
That would have been a little sophisticated.
That's too much, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm orange. It's cool seeing these. Oh god, nice shot. in 45 years, and I still remember the timing.
Yes. I remember always being off on the timing, and just like I currently am showing.
Yeah. So this is one where they use the vertical blank to add, on the horizontal blank to add more sprites that would go along. So notice that there's only one. There's only one enemy per line, and that's because they copy them down the line, and there's no
and a rainbow background too.
Yeah. I think that's the playfield. I'm not getting anything now. Hockey 3. You want to play Hockey 3?
Sure, why not?
Or I want to play handball, actually. Let's try handball.
Let's play Hockey 3. We'll try a couple because we never played them. Hockey 3. We didn't get Video Olympics until way later also, when we rarely played it.
Whammy. Let's play. Okay, let's go Hockey 3.
Okay, wait, no, is it
It's right and left, moves up and down.
It is? Oh my god, this is not easy at all with right and left. Are you using...
I'm orange. Yeah, I'm the orange guy.
What are you using?
Right, the keyboard. It's horrifying.
It's horrifying with these controls. And it doesn't let me use a mouse. Oh wait, it does let you use a mouse.
It does?
Yes. Use the mouse. It's sideways.
Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, sideways?
It's right and left with the mouse.
Okay.
It's a little bit better that way. It's a little bit. It's still.
You have to press the button to go. You got to press the button to go.
It's still horrifying, but it's better than it was. So on the 2600, it's not horrifying, but you can't play multiplayer. So
yeah.
I would play this on 700 if you when you. Oh my god. Okay, let's. Yeah. Okay, you guess you can go sideways with it. Oh, you go up and down like. See, okay. So this is a really
you press the button.
Yeah, it's a really unique game.
It is. Okay, go ahead. It is. Oh man.
After you've served, you can go high in the air. It's a weird like.
This is actually the closest to an actual sport that you can think of.
Closest to an actual sport. I mean, it's not that close, but you can actually go up high. Like whoever did this anyway.
I'm just gonna do this.
Okay, do that.
I'm kind of scared to move because I'm going to drop the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all you need to do is that. Oh. Come on, Street Racer. The closest to like a spike was what I just did. You got to multiplayer. You have to actually go to multiplayer.
You're right, Mac.
Oh, you can put players too. Oh no, because you might be at the same computer.
No, multiplayer, host. Match. We are going to play. We'll one of the players because it's the best one.
Okay. Figured that sounds good.
Number cruncher and start.
Okay, so is it the mouse?
Yeah, it's the mouse.
So what am I
You're
trying
green.
to do?
You're green.
And what am I
if you
trying
press
to
the button, you're trying to pick up the numbers and not run into them. And if you press the button to speed up, so numbers come down faster.
Wait, which button? Mouse button? Oh, wait. What do you mean not crash?
Not run into the side of the numbers. Numbers have to hit you straight on.
Oh, okay. I got it. It's hard to tell.
In that little tab on the top.
So I gotta hit you in the nipple.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. That's it. It still says players 3. What happened? What happened? Oh, now it's on 2. Okay, now it's back to 2.
And now it'll let me do jet shooter. Ready?
Okay, what are you doing, jet shooter? Oh,
you shoot jets.
Oh, wow. How come your missiles are
same, just like Number Cruncher, except you shoot the guys.
You fire the front nipple on your car.
Yeah.
On your jet.
Oh.
Wow. You don't fire very fast.
This is hard. This is hard. But here you go. You've got players.
There's like a beginner's luck one that I got at the beginning, and I just kind of I figured out a little bit of a strategy.
I ain't got anything here.
You got one. You didn't get one at the beginning. I figured out you just kind of fire one up.
So on this one, what do you think they've done here? Because they've got 2 players and 2 missiles, but we've got 4 players on the screen. They've probably with the.
I think I'm green.
I am blue, you're green.
Yeah. So this, if this was
kind of like dominoes.
Dominoes, all everything would turn back.
Yeah. And obviously, this uses playfield graphics and like the two sprites.
But this is drawing the playfield graphics dynamically, which I don't know how easy that is to do, but someone figured it out.
Oh, it is. You just turn them on and off. Each playfield graphic has a position you can turn on and off. At least in Atari does, and it works. Those features work very similar to how the actual Atari works.
Got it.
It's a long game.
Yeah, we don't want to play up to 10 unless. Well, if I'm going to do stuff like that, then there's no reason not to play up to 10.
Oops. What am I doing? I forgot which guy it was.
Oh, timed. It's timed.
Jeff. Oh, wow. You left the game. Well, that's okay.
No, I didn't leave the game. It's timed.
I know you didn't do it on purpose.
It says Fultonbot has left the game. Yours says I did.
It just ended.
You did. Yeah, it's because we ran out of time.
So it timed out. Okay, so we did Street Racer. Now we will do Starship because it was also one of the first games.
Okay, you can't do that as two-player?
I'm not sure what you can do multiplayer in this.
I made
this
Space
War. It's
Starship. I made this build to watch you play at this point. You can do multiplayer.
I think we like take turns or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to play is Starship 1, for lack of a better term, Star Raiders. But I mean, it's 1977. Star Raiders doesn't exist yet.
Oh, I see. Wait, now who's? Oh, I'm firing. I guess I'm first.
Oh, you are? Oh, you were playing first.
I guess.
Yeah, you were playing first.
Okay.
So you try to get those guys in your, and watch those shots are going to get you.
Oh, I got to get out of the way of those shots. Okay. You know what? I had no idea this existed.
Was that?
I mean, I've never played this before. I don't think I can fire at it. You don't want to fire at the shots, right? They are doing something to make it kind of look like it's sort of 3D. I mean,
yeah, 3D. Like you've got stars coming at you. I used to say Starship was the worst Atari VCS game ever made. It's actually not.
Especially not when you have two people.
Because this is kind of cool actually. I take it all back, Mr. Starship.
The worst Atari 100 game still is
It's
Airlock.
just abstract, I think.
Airlock and Warp Lock are still the two worst Atari 2600
You can play Lunar Lander.
Really?
And you can play Starship. We try Lunar Lander, although I
didn't know Lunar Lander was in there.
I guess so. It's a different weird Lunar Lander.
Okay, I am the red thing.
So I'm controlling the asteroid, and you're controlling the ship.
Oh, and I can fire. Right. I can fire like a little.
And so I'm controlling the asteroid.
Okay, so
there's no rocket.
There's no inertia.
And you're trying to land on me.
Yeah.
Am I trying to break you?
Probably.
Am I trying to destroy you?
I don't know.
Well, you land on me or something?
If I land on you, I got a point for landing
you. You landed on me. You got a point.
I got hit by whatever that is over there.
Am I supposed to like? I don't know what's happening. Okay, this game is weird. It's super abstract.
It's super abstract.
Like when people think of the Atari 2600 abstract game, this is super abstract. Yeah. This game is almost. So that's Race Driver. Is there a track we can select, or is track Race Driver?
Oh. Devil's Hollow.
Let's do that one. Okay, ready?
Okay. I don't know what our Okay.
Fire button. It works pretty well with the
yeah, it's better than the race racing.
I'm green, I think. Okay, it's just I think you're orange.
Oh, that's why I'm over here.
Yeah,
you're right. I thought I was green.
Driving controllers are better for this. I'm gonna get a lap though.
But you can't really wait.
I keep thinking I'm getting the hang of it, and then it doesn't happen. I lapped you again. I got 6 laps now.
It couldn't figure out the inertia skidding in the 6502. I couldn't figure it out when I had a more advanced.
Okay, I'm setting.
I mean,
I'm setting my bid up and down, maybe.
Hold on a second. Yes.
Right.
Hi,
left.
we're just
Okay.
finishing up recording.
All right,
What's up?
25. So I'm going to press my button.
Oh wait.
Put in your bid.
I'll just bid.
Press your button. You got a 7. I got a 2.
See, we're both playing against.
You have to decide to stay or hit. Yeah. Decide. What are you going to stay or? I think you stay or hit. You've got 18.
I know. I'm staying.
I'm going to get. I need to hit. Double? Does that mean double down? That means hit?
You double down, so that means you want to. No.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay.
All right, we won. The computer messed up. All right, let's go again. Hold on. I'm gonna bid another 25. Wait, how come I can't? It's weird. Okay. All right.
No, I think it's because when you use like I said, when you use the paddles to do it, like you use your mouse. It's a little bit easier to.
Well, no, I already locked it in.
Okay, I'm just saying. So let me lock it in.
The cards are kind of cool on this. I don't think I ever played this.
No, I've never. I've played the cartridge a couple times, but I've never actually played it.
Come on. Yeah, 19. Fucking stay.
Oh, look, you can hit. You don't have to double.
What was the double then? I don't
double
understand.
again. That's why you got. That's
why I got extra. Oh, I doubled down.
You doubled down.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go.
I need another. Oh, I need another hit. I'm at. What I'm at.
You're at 17.
Yeah, I'm at 17. I'm going to stay.
All right, and then I am going to stay as well. Is there like a difficulty level or something? No. Okay. Start division. I don't understand. 1.
2 divided by 1.
2 divided 1. Right. Okay.
I don't know how you choose to take, but you're answering.
I don't know. This is weird. 2 divided by 2 equals.
I think you need to just. You need to push up and down to change your number.
Resume. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. This is 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Then press the button. Maybe the one. Maybe 0 and then 1 over there or something like that.
I press the space bar. Okay. That was weird because I don't know why it's asking me to do the questions. Okay.
Well, let me say this.
3 divided by 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
1.5.
Yeah, but how's that going to work?
It's not 1.5.
No, it is.
I don't know how to do it.
3 divided by 2 is 0.5?
3 divided by 2. 2 goes in there, 1. 2 goes
there,
in there.
92. What's that going to happen?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
they didn't like that.
Now that we've shown basic math, let's move on to the next part of the
So
we don't need to share that screen. We don't need to share
stop share. So those are all but what I do want to share is something that happened today.
What happened today?
So David Crane.
Oh yes, of course.
Came and he said
now that's a website to go to. I think we should go to that website.
Yeah, so we go
the Audacity website.
Let me share the screen again. Automatically. So this is Dan Kitchen's website right here. You can see, and Dan had this message today that said, "Good news, everyone! Today is the official announcement of Audacity Games, a new video game publisher founded by David Crane, Gary Kitchen, and Dan Kitchen. Yay! At Audacity, will specialize in designing retro-style package games for a variety of retro systems, including the Atari video computer system. Please check out the official press release here, and check back for more exciting announcements." Okay, so official press release says this really interesting thing. Okay. So today, Former Activision co-founder David Crane and ex-Activision designers Dan Kitchen announced they will have partnered to form Audacity Games, Inc., a video game publisher focused on designing and publishing boxed game products for a variety of retro game systems, starting with the Atari 2600. With the popularity of retro video games, we saw an opportunity to create new titles for these still popular systems, Audacity Games co-founder Gary Kitchen said, and it gives us all a chance to design games again for the platforms that help launch our careers. We've decided to do just that. We've always said, okay, co-founder David said, for years our fans have been asking us to create new games. We heard you, and we've decided to do just that. I've always said that I have as much fun making games as others do playing them, and the retro game systems are my favorite.
Every game produced by Audacity, now you moved.
Yes, this is okay. Every game
manufactured to order, and each copy is customized with a unique serial number. Every game connects to the internet through your connected mobile device for registering high scores. Gives the player a chance to earn a physical high score patch, like all those from the golden era 2600 games, and comes in full color box, color label, printed manual to add your game collection.
You know what this is, Jeff? This is Pro Brew.
This is
for real.
Pro Brew for real. Like
I think that's such a cool idea. Anyway, so that's the beginning of our Atari 2600 for season 4. We'll be doing a lot more, I believe. We should get some interviews. Steve Golson wanted to do another one. Dan Kitchen wanted to do another one, and maybe even Howard Scott Warshaw. So hopefully we can get some more 2600 developers and get some interviews going and talk more about the 2600. That kind of concludes this 2600 episode.
And until next time, Steve, into the vertical blank.
Into the vertical blank.
Into the vertical blank. Into the vertical blank.
An 8-Bit Rocket Studios production.